Hey everybody, today we're going to unbox and try out the new S7 Vortex from Etenwolf. Coming up next. That is right. If you've been around for a while, you've seen me review a couple of the different models over the past years, and this year they've got the Vortex S7. We're going to go ahead and take it out of the box and pit it up against the S6 for our F350. We have a habitual problem of a low front driver tire that always runs from 75 PSA down to 45 or 50 and sits there, and so far the tire guys haven't been able to fix it, so we're going to use that as our test bed and see how well this S7 stacks up against the S6. Let's take it out of the box. Now, one of the nice things I like about the Etenwolf products, their packaging is very good, very solid, very presentable. And if you followed me, I'm kind of a packaging snob. So, nice to see a very well put together box. Got some information on the back of the box, what it comes with. It does come with the charger, the compressor itself, an air chuck, a high pressure hose, and then a high volume hose for, let's say, your inflatable pool toys or beach toys. Go ahead, rip it off. We've got our own carrying bag that it comes with. Very good. Alrighty, just a couple of the high points. This is a high pressure pump, so in addition to doing things like your daily drivers, your pickup, bikes, ATVs, whatever, it should also do the tires in our abandoned motorhome. So those actually, strangely, all hold air. Nothing else around here does, but it will do the tires for that. That's 105 PSI or something like that, 110. Otherwise, we do have a power bank, so this does also charge your devices. So if you've got it charged up with you for a weekend, you can plug in your phone or your tablet or whatnot. It has a light on it, so if you're working outside in the dark, you have the option for additional light. A couple of different presets, like I said, for vehicles, for ATVs, for bicycles, and also things like basketballs, footballs, anything sports balls. And then it has the high volume hose, as I mentioned, for doing things like beach balls, inflatable islands for the beach, whatever the case may be. So in our bag of goodies, much like the S6, we have a nice case. We've got our accessories to start with. We've got our air chuck, our power supply, some packaging foam, more packaging foam in the bag, and then of course the charger itself. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this on the charger just to make sure we are topped off 100% and ready to compare it against the S6. So I will put this on charge and we'll be right back. Alrighty, we're both charged up, but just a quick little information on the two of these units. The S6 has roughly 19,000 milliamp hour battery pack in it. The S7 has over 38,000 milliamp hour. So definitely far bigger battery for longer charging times and being able to recharge more devices. Otherwise, the specs are roughly the same. They're all plus or minus 1 pound for accuracy for pressure monitoring. Size, hose lengths, pump PSI, those items are pretty much all identical. Just the big difference here is going to be the longer and the larger battery life on the S7. So I'm going to go ahead, let's see what the Ford is right now for a pressure reading on the front tire. That's showing 62 pounds. So I'm going to go ahead and drop that down to about 50. All right, we are at 50 pounds on the dot. Let me bring you in a little closer. Like I said, we're just about 50 pounds on the dot here, 50.7. Let's try and get as close to 50 pounds as our baseline as possible. And then I'm just going to put a timer here, turn this thing on, and let it do its thing. Now I've got it set for 72.5 PSI. Let's see if I can go up to 74. This dial here, you can adjust your desired pressure, and does have auto off. They both do. So you set it, walk away, and it takes care of itself. So I'm going to do that. Alrighty, well, our first shot here took a few minutes. We are about down half the battery. We're just over 75 PSI, just fine. Let's go ahead and drop it back down to 50, and we'll throw on the other, the S7. Alrighty, let's turn our S7 on. Let's shoot for 75 again. And let's fire it up. And there we go, 75 pounds on there. Well, I did have your audio muted, but I can tell there are two distinctly different pump mechanisms inside, pump motors, pump RPMs, different internals, and this one pumped up the tire considerably faster. I'll have the stopwatch times down below, but to me it felt to be considerably quicker, and it does ramp down towards the end of the pump cycle, so you're not just yeeting in 50 psi or 75 psi at maximum pressure. That's kind of handy for smaller things like bike tires or inflatables. But the nice thing is we're still at full battery with that 38,000 milliamp battery pack in this thing. So that's pretty impressive. Both of the models have this light on the side. So you do have a couple of light options there. That is extremely bright. Strobe light if needed, flashing for help, and then back off. Now if you look at the dial, like I said earlier, you've got your dial to adjust your pressure. Otherwise you have modes, whether you want to do things like vehicles, RVs, sports balls. That's going to be your high volume for like your inflatables and whatnot. And then you have bicycle tires as your other option. Or you can just set it manually. And the other thing is you've got modes, so if you want to do PSI or KP or bar, whatever the case may be, you've got different options depending on where you are in the world. And then of course hold it again, and it turns off. Now if you've got your pool toys to inflate, I don't have any because, well, we're in the shop and I'm nowhere near water. You do have your high volume, both option to inflate and deflate. So if you want to suck all the rest of the air out of that pool toy for the trip back home, you can do that. You just clip it in and lock it. A little of a twist that stays in place. Unlock it, and there you go. Here we go. Quarter or an eighth turn counterclockwise will lock it in place. And you've got a couple of different tips here for smaller items like air mattresses and bigger things like inflatable islands and stuff like that. Otherwise, like I said, option to inflate or deflate. It extends out. Whoops, if I don't drop it. But again, handy cord storage on the back of the unit. And then if you flip this back here, you've got your USB charging, or if you want to plug into it for a power bank, you've got that option too. You've also got some other accessories here for other air inflatables, balls, your Schrader or Presta valves, for bicycles. You've got that option. And one thing you did see me use is the added inflator chuck. This just screws off. So if you don't want to or don't need to use this type of air chuck, like me, I need it for the pickup so I can lock it on because the way the wheels are configured, I can't get this to go on and screw on. But if you've got something like a side-by-side or a four-wheeler or something with more accessible valve stems, you can go ahead and screw this on, set your pressure, walk away and come back and it's done. Now, like I said before, this is the third iteration of their compressors I have tried. I've had the S6 in the camper for the last season. This is going to go in the camper now, replace it. This will probably go up to the steam show for our toys up there, like the golf cart. So I don't have to lug a giant air compressor back and forth with the car. That can just live up there. And I've got a smaller one, I think it's the S4, a little more compact unit that's been in the camper as well for other use. It's not really geared for the pickup tires, but bicycle tires for the kids, that works just fine. But this thing right here, definitely gonna stay in the pickup or the camper for trips for inflating the pickup tires that I can't seem to keep air in. So again, I'll put the times below for the side-by-side, but this one definitely has faster inflation on it, and I do think that just the controls for you a little more refined. The dial on the other one was a little stiffer. Even after use, this one slides very nice and easy. And again, you've got the packaging, the bag over there, that it comes with. It's not heavy. You can throw it in your vehicle. It doesn't take up a lot of space, but it does pack a punch, especially if you're changing a flat tire on the side of the road, need air, or just like I said, your weekend activities. And one last thing to note, it does come with an instruction manual for more details on how to use the different modes. It is multi-language, and there is a calibration certificate in here that tells you that someone actually tested this out and gives the, let's see if I can read. Yep, calibration, so at 120 PSI, calibrated 119.3 PSI, and 40 PSI calibrated at 39.2. So you're well within that plus or minus 1 PSI of the stated pressure. Let's see, anything else on here? Yep, tire pressure after 30 seconds in a vehicle gets you up to 34, almost 35 PSI, which is what most vehicles run here for your daily drivers, other than the big old pickup behind me. Anything else big here? Yep, and 69.5 seconds to get to 70 PSI on a Ford F-250. 275, 65, 18, which I think that's roughly what these are. 245, 75, 17s. So a little bigger tire. Regardless, this does the job. I'm going to drop a link below so you can pick yours up and have in your arsenal of weekend activities or just your go bag for vehicle safety. Thanks to Etenwolf for sending this out to me, and we'll see you in the next video. See you out.